in today's practice, we're going to be doing two things. The first thing we're going to do is bring energy up, and then we're actually going to bring it back down into the body. And this is really good for, those times when, I know for the last few days, I've had a real kind of heady time where I've been doing loads of thinking, loads of having to process things. And it means I kind of end up leaving my body. And I went for a walk last night and I realized that I just didn't feel in my own body. And it meant that I was a bit numbed out to what I needed, and kind of relying on things like scrolling my phone and chocolate to bring me back into a sense of something. And so the first thing that happens is then our energy gets quite sluggish. So we end up with this dual thing of being a bit flighty and scattered, but also really sluggish. So we need to stimulate both. So we're going to bring energy up, and then we'll bring it back and anchor it so that our body feels really stable and present. And that just brings a sense of groundedness to everything. So we're going to start standing up. I'm going to pop some music on. And we're going to be doing a couple of breath practices. And this first of all, let's just land in our bodies. So place a hand on your belly, a hand on your heart. I tend to have my left hand on my heart, my right hand on my belly. And just have your feet hip distance or even a tiny bit wider to just feel really stable and grounded in your body. Just feel the pulse of your body. Breathing into your hands. Closing down your eyes. And we're going to go straight in now to breath of joy, which is a really energizing breath. And it involves taking 3 sniffs in and then a big exhale out through the mouth. And it goes like this. It comes with our arms. So we breathe in, sniff, sniff, sniff. And then we throw it down with our exhale. So it's so join me whenever you're ready. Sniffing in. And you can take your own rhythm, so find your own way. And as you're sniffing in, imagine that you're drawing the energy up your body, like you're siphoning the energy up your spine. Even visualize it coming from the base of your spine all the way up, out the top of your head as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, let it really flow out of your mouth. Let it be quite powerful as you throw your arms behind you. Closing your eyes. Feel the weight in your feet, even as you bring and draw that energy up. It can start to feel quite energizing, quite breathy. We're going to take 3 more in your own time. Last one. And then come back to standing. Hand on your chest, hand on your belly. Close down your eyes. Drop your chin forwards, down to your chest. And just gently sway. And if you're like me, you'll feel the pulse of your heart right now underneath that hand. Feeling that sense of activation in the body. Breathe deeply now, allowing this gentle sway to soothe the body. And sometimes it can be really good to experience this heart pulsing, racing, in this way where we've controlled it, we've made it happen. Because it feels very similar to anxiety, to feeling overwhelmed. So we can learn to hold that feeling in this controlled way and allow ourselves to feel safe in that feeling. Now we're going to begin to spiral the arms up towards the ceiling and just begin to explore this spiraling through the wrists and the arms, letting the body continue to sway. And the great thing about spiraling is that it's kind of a non-habitual way of moving our body. So it just starts to encourage stepping out of the linear. And start to experiment with bending one leg and then the other. Feeling how as you bend one leg, the hip on the other side, the straight leg, that across the hip flexor there, you can feel that stretching. And maybe have one hand up and then one hand, the other hand, just use it as you're spiraling, almost like you're just being held up by that upper hand, and just massage across the hips, across the pelvis as you spiral through your arm. Maybe exploring around the back of the hip, just helping your body to move. Stretching that side rib, maybe leaning over to one side. Just feeling into the edges. Closing down the eyes. And if you want to, you can begin to move that to the other side. And so take the other arm up and explore with the hand of that lowered hand into the hips, across the belly, round the back, just spiraling. Just letting the body move, and then both arms up. And just begin to move as if you were underwater, as if you were seaweed on the ocean floor. Bring that fluidity, that softness, letting the whole body, really imagine you can feel the current of the ocean just gently moving you. Maybe that's bigger movements. Or maybe it's a really soft and subtle movement. Just see what feels good for you. Maybe swaying, maybe being moved by this current from side to side, or backwards and forwards. Can you become like that seaweed? Anchored through your roots into the ocean floor, but able to flow and move with the ocean. Letting your head and neck be soft, loosening any tension in the shoulders. And then bringing your arms slowly down to cross over your body, so tucking your right hand around the side of the ribs underneath your armpit, and then tucking in the left hand around the right side of the body, so your arms are crossed. You can even hook your thumbs slightly in the front of your armpit and have your fingers facing towards the back. And we're just going to begin to pat on either side of the body, so the left hand patting the right side of the body, the right hand patting the left side, and just swaying from side to side. Still keeping that feeling of being this floating seaweed grounded into the ocean floor, but tapping now, patting the sides of the body, letting it be rhythmic. Notice if there's any tension in your shoulders. Can you just release and become a little bit more soft? As we start to bring that energy back into the body that we brought up through that breath of joy, that as our arms were reaching up before, we're now starting to bring it down into the torso. Patting, feeling your breath into the sides of your ribs. Breathe in, slow the breath. Imagine that as you breathe in, you're drawing energy into your body. As you breathe out, it's traveling all the way down your body. And then coming to stillness with the hands still wrapped around the body. And we're going to begin again to work with that energy, moving it through the body, but we're containing it this time. So we're not just bringing it up and out. So we're going to use the twisting motion of, we're going to be inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right, and letting the whole torso and shoulders and neck follow. So it's inhale left, exhale right. And let it be a little bit vigorous, like you're, again, just like at the beginning, that we're pulling the breath up the body. And find your rhythm, that it feels good in your body with your breath, but allowing it to feel energizing. Just being protective of the knees, so having a slight bend in the knees so that as you twist, your knees aren't complaining. Letting the hips travel with the body so you can feel that twisting all the way through. And maybe even experimenting with having the lower body, the hips still, and just allowing it to be the torso that's moving. Closing down the eyes, but if that feels too much, you can just gently have the gaze soft, looking down. Keep going. If your mind is going off and taking itself somewhere else, just come into the body and we'll begin to use a gentle mantra, just a phrase that we say to help anchor us. And we're going to use Sat Nam. So as you come round to the left, just mentally chant, or even out loud, Sat. And as you come round to the right, it's Nam. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Maybe even slowing it down a tiny bit from where we were before. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. And as you do the Sat, it's like you're using your belly, like pulling the belly in towards the spine as you push that sound up. So it's Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. So the mantra is helping to anchor our attention, but it's also helping us to use our body and the sound and the vibration to bring that energy up into the heart space. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Keep going like that. Sat Nam, the translation is truth is my identity. And it really means that we are dropping the masks, that we are really being our full self. And our full self is both this unique individual self that we are, but it's also that connection to everything. So we are at the same time both the infinite and this unique separate entity, but within us is both. That's the truth of our identity. that we don't have to try and be anything other than what we are. Sat Nam, just slowing down towards the center and just coming to stillness, and maybe taking the feet slightly wider, noticing how it feels in your body right now. Imagining you can still feel the vibration of the Sat Nam inside your body, making it a mental chanting now in your mind. Sat Nam, like a whisper. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, vibrating it in your heart space. Sat Nam. So you're drawing your attention and your energy into the center of your heart space. That's your physical heart and your energetic heart. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Feel your feet solidly planted on the ground. So lift your toes slightly to feel the weight of your body spread across your whole foot as you stay with this Sat Nam in the center of your chest. Truth is my identity. Feel your breath underneath your arms, so as you breathe in, feel that containment, but allow your body to expand, allow your arms to move away as you breathe in and to come back in as you breathe out. Feeling the wave of your breath as it rises up and falls down. Feeling as though you could still be that seaweed under the ocean with the breath as your current, moving you, perhaps even feeling a tiny, tiny sway in the body as you breathe, as you feel your own rhythm. Sat Nam. Your shoulders are soft, your body is strong, so your legs are strong and holding your weight. Your spine is tall, and you can feel as though there was an invisible thread through your spine, just pulling you up towards the ceiling, so you become a little bit taller as you draw this energy into your heart space. And we're going to begin to bring this energy even further down the body now. So gently beginning to uncross your arms, but keeping them touching your body. I'm going to imagine that we're going to bring this energy down by stroking it down the body. So fingers are pointing down your body and you're just stroking around your body. Stroking down through the hips, the tops of the thighs, and taking it really slowly. So it's like we're going to begin to fold over the legs with a gentle bend in the knees, and really slowly, as if you were encouraging that energy down through the top of your legs. And as you begin to bend your legs a little bit more, you can feel, as you stroke your legs, you can feel the muscles activating as that energy pours back down your body, reaching your knees. Imagining that you are drawing it back down now, down towards the ground, taking the arms down, the hands going down the left leg, down the calf and the shins. As you begin to fold over your legs, your knees bending so your torso gets close to your thighs. And then from the knees on the right hand side, just finishing this journey of bringing the energy down through the legs into the ankles, stroking the tops of the feet, each taking the thumb to stroke through each toe, as if you were drawing that energy all the way to the tips of your toes. Let your head hang heavy now over your legs, allowing your head to nod and shake from side to side, so you can just make sure that there's no tension in the neck, that you're just allowing everything to sink down and forwards. And then gradually make your way down to the floor. And we're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. So we're going to have our toes touching, our knees apart, and if you need to, depending on how, sometimes this doesn't feel comfortable to come all the way down, you can use a blanket between your thighs, between your calves and your bum, so you can almost be sitting back onto a blanket or a cushion, or you can put a cushion in front of you and lean down onto it. So just make it comfortable, but essentially we're coming down to the floor, reaching back towards our heels and taking our hands forwards and allowing the chest and the torso to drape towards the floor, forehead coming down to the floor, and letting the head and the shoulders relax. Reaching the arms forwards just a little bit more, stretching out the sides of the body. Breathe deeply. Gently move your forehead from side to side on the mat, massaging the center of the forehead, stimulating that parasympathetic nervous system to cool and calm, bringing you down to the earth. Let your shoulders relax as your heart sinks down towards the floor. There's nothing for you to do now other than sink down into the floor. Imagine a gentle, soothing weight bringing you down towards the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. And moving in now to the child's pose, where you're more like in a rock position, so your knees come together and you allow your whole body to drape over your thighs now, so that your spine can completely relax, letting your arms run alongside your body if this is comfortable for you, rounding over the legs, palms facing up to the ceiling, down towards your feet. If you need to, you can place a cushion underneath your forehead or do anything you need to make this comfortable. But you want your spine to completely relax. So the muscles on either side of the spine, almost imagine them melting over the thighs. So all that energy that's been moving around the body can settle down now. As you breathe in, feel your belly pushing into the thighs. And as you breathe out, feel the body softening a little bit more and rounding over the thighs, letting go. So with each breath, you drop deeper into connection to the floor, to the ground, to your body. Perhaps imagining that you can still feel that gentle pulsing of the ocean washing over you, allowing you to sink deeper. Bringing back that mantra, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, like a whisper now, inside your mind, helping to anchor you right here. And you can stay here, or you can gently bring yourself onto your back, into Shavasana, our final resting place, allowing your body to be held completely by the floor. If you're choosing to lie down on your back, you can allow your legs to lie long with your feet splayed out to the sides, or you can take your feet to the mat as wide as your mat and let your knees fall in towards each other. Just see whatever feels comfortable, and if there's any movements that your body wants before you come to stillness, if you want to windscreen wiper your knees to slowly one side and then the other, if you want to squeeze your knees in towards your chest and feel the lower spine being massaged by the floor as you rock from side to side, that can feel a nice thing to do before you come to this final stillness. Arms by your sides, palms face up away from your body, snuggling the shoulders underneath. Letting go completely now. Feel the back of your head on the floor. Feel the back of your shoulders and the back of your heart space on the floor, held and supported. Feel your pelvis, your hips on the floor, letting your spine soften and relax. Your feet heavy, your legs long. Begin to deepen your breath. Come back into the space that you're in. Begin to move the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms above the head if that feels good. Stretching the legs out long. Gently rolling over onto your right hand side and taking your time to really slowly come up to a seat. And sitting cross-legged as we finish our practice by closing our eyes, hands at your heart space, your thumbs pressed into your heart space, and your heart space rising up to meet it. So you're opening your heart to the world. Breathing in deeply behind the thumbs. Pausing at the top to feel the energy of your body. As you breathe out, just bring your thumbs to your third eye, lifting your chin, thanking yourself for giving yourself this time. Namaste, and just bringing your forehead down to the floor to ground yourself with your third eye. Raising up, and I hope you have a great day.